The first thing you need to know about Google's new Pixel 9 Pro is that, dang, it looks nice. And it feels nice too. I'm gonna get into all of the photo features in a moment, but first I just wanna talk about how different the Pixel 9 Pro feels in your hand. Instead of the more rounded out design of Pixel's past, Google squared off the metal rails for both the oblong camera bar and the phone's frame, which does make it look more like an iPhone, but also makes for a device that is slightly easier to hold. And in the case of my ability to film it, easier to stand up to. Well, some of the time. This slight hardware change actually makes for a better camera experience as well. Put simply, the phone is just easier to hold and therefore easier to take photos and videos with. But of course, this is Google, so we know that 90% of what's new in this phone is going to be software. So here's what's new on that front. I only had a few hours to test the Pixel 9 Pro's triple rear camera system that features a 50 megapixel wide, a 48 megapixel 5x telephoto, and a 48 megapixel ultrawide. And the very first thing I wanted to test was switching between these lenses while filming video. The Pixel 8 Pro was notoriously bad at keeping consistent colors across lenses while filming. There's of course far more testing I need to do, but in my short time with the Pixel 9 Pro, the color shifting issue has been greatly reduced. And another issue with the Pixel 8 Pro's camera was the visible framing shifts that happened during these lens changes as well. Without applying Video Boost, which sends video files to the cloud to be processed, the shift is still slightly there. But if you run the clip through Video Boost, those jumps are smoothed right over. Video Boost also now allows video to be up-res to 8K, and it can pull 30 megapixel stills from video. I didn't have time to test this, so you'll have to wait for the full review. Now to the flashiest feature coming to the Pixel 9 Pro's camera, a feature called Add Me. The idea behind it is that a person taking a group photo doesn't get to be in it, so Google created software that can combine multiple photos to add them in. When person A opens the Add Me feature on the Pixel 9 Pro, the camera system begins scanning the scene for people and creates a depth map of where everyone is, which is why you are instructed to move camera to scan area. Then, after the first photo is taken, person A swaps with person B, who was just in the group photo. Person B is then instructed to align the frame with the shot that person A took and take another photo. The software then saves all of these photos, including the one with person A stitched into the photo they took. Of the several times we tried it, it worked about 50% of the time. And while I think this is a great idea, especially as someone who is always taking the photos, it takes time to complete, which makes it feel an awful lot like a bar trick. One that you'll use a few times and absolutely impress your friends with, then ultimately just continue to flip the camera around and take a selfie instead. Especially considering the front-facing camera is now 42 megapixels, up from just 10.5 megapixels on the Pixel 8 Pro.
Oh my god, I look sweaty.
The other software tricks coming to the Pixel 9 Pro are text prompting and auto-framing features in Magic Editor. Magic Editor is Google's name for its AI photo editing tools, and it previously allowed you to move subjects, erase objects, change the sky, or select different facial expressions on people in a photo. But now Google is adding the ability to prompt change via text. For example, you can select an area you'd like to change, like the background of a photo, and then type in the alteration you'd like to see. There's also a new feature called Auto Frame that can reframe a photo in order to make it more visually appealing based on photography principles, such as the rule of thirds. Again, I didn't get a ton of time to play with this, but I do love text prompting, and it allows you to have far more control over what sort of AI changes the system is making. So I'm really stoked to test more of that. But the biggest change in this camera system is that Google has actually entirely redesigned the HDR+ image pipeline. And an image pipeline is responsible for the signature look of a camera. It does everything from analyze skin tones to adding sharpness to small objects like tree leaves and deciding how much contrast everything in the scene should have. So I'm gonna be really excited to put the Pixel 9 Pro next to the Pixel 8 Pro to see if there's a noticeable difference here. So that's the Pixel 9 Pro's camera, and this year the Pro system actually comes in two sizes. There's a 6.2-inch Pixel 9 Pro that's gonna be $1,000, and there's a 6.8-inch Pixel 9 Pro XL that's gonna be $1,100. And when I finally get my hands on one, I'm gonna be most interested in testing out the video capabilities. It's something that Google has always struggled with, but with Video Boost, they've been able to right a lot of their wrongs, like the jarring lens switches and color changes. I'm ready to put that to the test. Let me know what else you want me to be testing out when I dive deeper into this camera system. I appreciate you so much, bud. I hope you're well, and I'll see you in the next one.
Mandatory Becca dog shot.
Yeah, look at the good friends. Oh, they look hot. Those are some hot dogs. Sheesh.